guys, it's Ari, and today's video is going to be a list of the top 7 things that I hate the most about vintage dressing. And if you guys know, I basically dress in only vintage clothes. So I love vintage. I love to dress in vintage clothing. So it was kind of tough to think of the things that I dislike or hate the most about it. But I've seen some people do videos about this, like the things they hate about something that they actually like. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to do this kind of video. It took me a while to think of them, but I actually thought of 7 of them. It was gonna be 10, but I thought of 7, so I was like, okay, that's enough. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and do not forget to press on that little bell button right below there. Yeah, you know it. So don't forget to press that so you're up on all the videos that I post when I post them. Let's get into the video. So the first thing that I hate about vintage dressing is the fact that the dresses are very long. Well, at least a lot of the dresses that I like to wear are long. They're like maxi dresses from the 70s, and they're long. And when I go up the stairs, I inevitably trip or I step on them. And I either, like, I have managed not to fall down yet, but I'm just waiting for the day it happens. Like, I'm going up the stairs, and basically what I have to do is grab my skirt and pull it up, and I'm like holding it. Sometimes it's not even just enough to like hang onto it, you know, like in movies when they're like picking up their skirts really fancily and daintily. Like, that doesn't even cut it. I have several dresses that are long enough that I actually have to like grab them to go up. And like wearing high heels makes it worse. Like, I have a couple of heels that I wear with them, which is the only way I can wear them without like having it totally be on the ground. So I have to wear heels basically to wear long maxi dresses. And yeah, it's like a kind of a struggle to go up the stairs, honestly. Either here at home or if like there's a place where there's stairs. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still something that I've noticed, and that's quite annoying. Second thing I dislike or hate about vintage dressing are the weird sizes. I have had this problem recently because I've been looking at a lot of Gunny Sacks dresses, and a lot of them, like, I think I've only seen one that's like beyond 26 inches around the waist, and that's quite small. You can see some that are like 25 inches, 24 inches. I don't think I've ever been 24 inches. Like, no. It's just not practical. I mean, I'm like about 26, 25 inches, but you know, like, you breathe and you eat, and like you're not exactly that small. So I'm just like, that's kind of impractical. So I just have a hard time sometimes finding dresses or, you know, whatever clothes that come in the right size that will fit me. And again, because there's like only one, it's a one-of-a-kind thing, so you only have the one. So if it doesn't fit you, it doesn't fit you. You can't do anything about it. The third thing that annoys me or that I hate about vintage dressing is that it takes a lot of time. Like, it takes a long time to either go to a store or go to a market and then rummage through everything, which is actually dually kind of what I enjoy about it. It's like the hunt. It's just so exciting. But at the same time, like, sometimes you wish you could just go to the store and pick something up. But you can't, because it takes a while to look for a vintage piece, and it takes a while to find for a vintage piece that you actually like. Whether you do it in person or online. Online, it's the same. I don't find stuff that I like just like that. I have to look for it. I have to look through all sorts of stores. It takes a long time, so that's kind of annoying. Yeah. Okay, the fourth thing that I don't like about vintage dressing are the prices, because like, you would think that a certain store that sells vintage things might have a similar price range, but that's generally not the case. A lot of times there's gonna be stuff that's like over $100. You're gonna have to look for the stuff that's under $100. Oftentimes you might see something that you really like. I see something that I really like online, and then I click on it and it's like $250. So within vintage clothing, there's just every sort of price range. You never know. Like, it takes a while to look through the store and see, oh, there's this, but that's too expensive. And then there's something else, but you're not sure. Like, you have to look, see if it's within your price range. Yeah, that's something that annoys me, I guess, a bit. And of course, you pay for the quality you receive. There's stuff that's really beautiful, and of course, it's going to be expensive. But nevertheless, I'm like looking at stuff that I can afford, and then suddenly I come upon something and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's also $30, but then it turns out not to be. It's like $200. So that's definitely annoying. Number 5, the fact that I can't just go into a mall and like buy something. And of course, I'm saying I can't when obviously it's not like anybody's stopping me, but like within a vintage dressing or vintage style, you don't find that kind of stuff everywhere. It's kind of scarce. You can't just go to the mall. You can't just go to a random shop and find what you're looking for. So sometimes I miss that. It's not so much that anybody's keeping me from doing it, or even myself. It's just that a lot of stuff in regular stores just doesn't appeal to like my tastes anymore. So it's like I go in, just walk into regular clothes stores, but nevertheless, I just don't like any of the clothes. I kind of do miss the time when I just went into a store and I like found stuff that I really liked. But I mean, this is also like every one of these probably has like a good part and a bad part, and of course the good part is that like I like dressing vintage and I wouldn't want to give that up, but at the same time it was still a fun experience to just go to the mall and like find something that you really like. So kind of miss that. Yeah. The sixth thing that I don't like about vintage dressing is that sometimes you find something that's just perfect and it looks so good and it's so beautiful and the quality is amazing, but it's ripped or it's stained or it's way too small or way too big. And that's just something that annoys me, because I might be looking through something and I see something and I'm just so excited because it looks perfect, and then I put it on and like something, I see something, like I see a hole or a button missing or something of that nature, and it's just quite a letdown because you find that most beautiful piece and just something has to be wrong with it. So like there's no more than one of it, so like you just have to leave it. You have no other choice. And of course, like when there's a rip, I'm like, oh well, I can always fix that, I can patch that up. And I've done that before. Like I say that and then I buy whatever it is that I'm looking at, and then I go home and it's like I never get to actually patching it up or sewing it up or whatever I was gonna do. And yeah, unfortunately it never does work out when that happens. So okay, the seventh thing that I don't like about vintage dressing is that there is only one of everything. So there is not like 3 of the same dress, there is not 3 of the same shirt. So if something doesn't fit you, or as I was saying in the 6th point, if something is stained or ripped, then that's too bad. Too bad, so sad. When it comes to regular clothes, they might have like several things, like the several sizes of the same thing, whereas with vintage, obviously there's only the one piece in one size, so you can't really do anything about that. And actually something kind of thrilling to me is like trying on something that may not exactly fit. It might be a bit too big, but I still like it and I find a way to style it. And that kind of becomes part of like the romance, I guess you could call it, of vintage shopping and vintage thrifting. But still, sometimes I've just seen something that's so cool, but it doesn't fit me, and I just wish they had more sizes. I think that's the 7th thing that I hate about vintage dressing. Actually, I could not think of any more. This was gonna be 10 things that I hate about vintage dressing, but I was not able to think of the 3 extra ones. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna stop here. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I don't know how short this is gonna be, so I'm sorry if this is a really short video, but thought it would be interesting to kind of go over those things because I never thought about them. Like I never thought about like what I hate about vintage dressing, and I was like, there's actually a couple of things that I do not like about it. So I thought I'd kind of point them out to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for being subscribed to this channel. And if you're not, that's okay. Just subscribe and it'll be okay. Don't forget to tune in next week. I will be doing my Q&A video. So yeah, if you have any more questions for me, then just leave them down below and I'll probably get to them in the next video. And yeah, bye guys. I'll see you later. Bye.